Hello guys, and welcome to this, I guess, per se, kind of tutorial video on how to train your Digimon in Digimon World 2. Before I really even start, I should advise that this is not by any means the best way to train your Digimon whatsoever. Currently I'm only about 3/4 way through the game, but I figured I'd make this video to kind of help some people out if they're wondering what might be a good idea on how to train your Digimon and whatnot. So before I really even start kind of the preparations, so to really even explain where I'm at in the game right now, currently where I'm at is right after you meet Crimson for the second time at Soft Domain. You just took care of him and Chaos Lord, and then just both went back to the Dictionary Continent. So now we have access to the Reds, Electric Spirals, and Big Rock Destroyers, and the third level of Bug Zappers. So it's kind of give you an idea of where I'm at. So it's actually kind of advised for watching this video, you should probably be around that area. Well, at least have access to Soft Domain or after. Doesn't really matter, but the reason I'm only using Soft Domain as an example in this video is because I don't have access to the later on domains in this game, and I am not really going to be using them as an example since it kind of conflicts with my Let's Play right now. So it's kind of introduced to my team. I just got them up to the ultimate level and have them digivolve. So first off, this is my Omnimon, who's gonna become a Diaboromon, and I actually should note, let you guys know that all three of these Digimon right here, they all have 24 DP points. So just ahead of time, if their stats look different compared to your Digimon or what a wild Digimon looks like, that will hopefully kind of help explain it some better. So it's kind of like I was saying, show you my Digimon. This is, well, where it went off. This is Omnimon, who's going to become Diaboromon, and as you can see off to the right, there's his current stats and everything. Meteormon, which is currently they don't have their technique, well, ultimate level techniques, or learn any, so they're stuck at the champion level techniques besides Monogramon. So this Meteormon, who's going to become Biahumon, the Data 20+ Digimon, and Diaboromon is the Virus 28+ Digimon. Doesn't really have that great of techniques. And then Melgramon, who's going to become Omnimon, who is a Vaccine 20+ type. He actually does know his ultimate level, because like I said, he's the only one that's kind of excluded from what I previously said. So henceforth, why he doesn't know his champion level techniques or the invincibility. So it's kind of give you an idea of what your inventory should actually kind of look like. I currently have the 24 storage space, I believe, and what I pretty much filled it with is 3 Magnet Missile 5s, 3 Drill Missile 5, Return Bug 3, and a Parts Fix. I actually don't know why I had the Parts Fix, but oh well. The Magnet Missile and Drill Missile should kind of be self-explanatory to kind of get rid of the electrical spirals and electrical spore, whatever, and the big rocks. If you're doing this before you have Beat Crimson, then you're gonna have to deal with the Magnet Missile 4 and Drill Missile 4 and Return Bug 2. Although you might, I can't remember say it, but oh, the only reason I don't have any of the other kind of Bug Zap types is because, in my eyes, the Return Bug's probably the worst bug to actually get, because memory bug doesn't really even affect you unless you're going to catch Digimon. Bit bug, well, if you're training, you're probably going to be fine. Well, you're going to be getting kind of a fine insurance and money. Energy bug. Generally, I don't have a problem with energy bugs because I usually have enough EP to get through the whole domain, even if I don't necessarily go all the way through. What's the other one? I think I only said 4. Oh well, we'll go over it later if we even see it. So, actually no, that's 32, isn't it? Yeah, 32. Nah, but to kind of mention, wait, no, 40. F it. But either way, like I was saying, to kind of say what the other 4 columns are going to be, depending on the moves that you have for your Digimon. Like, for me, once they all get the ultimate level technique, all 3 of them are going to have Dual Scissor Claw, so that's going to be 36 MP per move, and considering I don't know how long I'm going to be XP inside the domain, or how long until the next level and all that kind of stuff. That's why I have the MP drives, and considering how much MP it takes and how much MP your Digimon takes, you want to kind of consider that, since my Digimon have like 300 MP, and how close they are to leveling in between every one, and especially for the Digimon in here, we gave about 300, I think like 300 is the lowest XP you'll get. Well, actually, it's going to be in lenient, because I think it's 298, something like that. But, considering how much XP they get, you kind of want to factor in everything. But, like I was saying, for me, I'm going to have more MP drivers than HP drivers, because HP-wise, I'm not really going to have that big of a problem, but they're there just in case I actually do need them. So, just adjust how much HP drivers and MP drivers you take on your personal stats. But like I said, for me personally, I'm going to be taking the MP drivers over the HP drivers. Now, why take the drivers instead of the disc? If you take the drivers instead of the disc, you're going to be saving more inventory space for other items, or pretty much for more room for drivers and stuff like that. Because if you have a disc, you're only going to be using all one Digimon at a time, but with a driver, you're going all your Digimon are going to get the MP 80, so it's better advice to have that MP over the disc. Now, what was it? Yeah, that seemed too bad, but what was it? Oh, for the love of me, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, that's right. I know how the guard teams have kind of the item specialty for what they are. Like Goldhawk has vaccine type Digimon, so they specialize in vaccine type items. And what actually trends more so say is that there are items like the full HP restoration, full MP restoration, and vaccine revive, stuff like that. They might be great, but one of the things you also gotta take into consideration when you buy those is that, for me, how my team is right now, they're all over the place. Just easy to say, they're all over the place. One's a virus, one's a data, one's a vaccine. So for me, if I even went out and got all those separated, it might be nice to actually do that, but it would probably take up inventory space that I could be using for the drivers. But then again, once again, that's actually kind of a personal call on your matter. Now, as can kind of see how I generally try to do battle depending on the Digimon I encounter. So kind of like this one right here, where they're all champion level Digimon. Doesn't really matter what Digimon I go for, but compared to most of the Digimon inside this domain that are at least have one ultimate level, what was it? If they're champion level, I really don't care who I go for first. Doesn't really matter. And yeah, that's actually one example right there is how much experience I got. But what was it? Depending on the Digimon you have, use prior towards zero attack. There we go. So, like I was saying, oh, and I should also mention that I'm actually going to be speeding up the gameplay, so sorry if my voice kind of gets drowned out or anything like that in advance. Hopefully it doesn't, and hopefully nothing really gets affected. But, oh yeah, that is a higher level than you. Well, not even a higher level, but higher level than the other Digimon in their party. You're supposed to go for the highest level Digimon inside the party first. They are probably going to be the most lethal Digimon to you. But that's just my opinion. What you should do. Don't stick it. But yeah. So keep that in mind. If you're, like I was saying, if you're up against someone just one like this, go for Vetemon first, then go for the, and they all suck. Just kidding. Sort of. And this will mean when you get to higher levels, they'll get more and more ultimates, stronger, and all that stuff. So, oh well, that's actually 2. Well, let's try and get it out of here. Yeah, generally, I actually don't try to get past the floors really fast, but... Oh. That actually reminded me. But if you're up against a Digimon that has 2 or more ultimates, thing I usually take into account is which Digimons can... wait, no, that's not the first. The first thing that I take into account is which the Digimon, if any, has a multiple attack, and on top of that, do they have a status affecting element with that triple attack. So, like a prime example would be Oikawa, who can attack all 3 Digimon, and on top of that, experience. That sucks. Oh wait, that's the one I don't want. Yeah. Well, like I was saying, if there's a Digimon that can attack all 3 of your Digimon and causes stat, like Oikamon, you should probably go for them first, and then right under that will supposedly be Digimon like Punkemon that can affect, attack all 3 of your Digimon at once, and then probably the third most dangerous is but the third one you should probably look out for is a Digimon that can cause status ailments, even if it's a single attack. Go for them next. So it'll probably be the most dangerous. And actually, this certainly isn't the best idea. But well, and you'll see why. Oh no, you won't see why. The reason I say counterattacks and interrupts is because some counterattacks can attack all 3 of your Digimon at once, i.e. Metal Mamimon with his energetic bomb, or as Fit something. Fist of the Beast King, something like that, that can deal out more damage when counterattacking, and difference between a counterattack that can deal out more damage to you that will hit harder, i.e. Leomon's Fist of the Beast King, and then what was it? Metal Mamimons who can hit all 3 up. That hits harder. You should probably take those out first, because they will cause the most damage overall. Actually, I think those are probably the most lethal Digimon in the game, maybe. Possibly. Because I know when, again, on the higher floors, when you get to Pajoyamon, oh, those are nasty. Say, out there, I usually have one, I usually have Megas, and by that point, actually, probably not Megas, but by that point, they're doling out like 100, I think they hit like 200 damage, something insane like that. But if Digimon can counterattack and hit harder, you should probably take those out first, and then right below that for counterattack is Digimon that can hit all 3 Digimon at once, and then right below that is like Mamimon who can who can hit all three of your Digimon at once. I mean, not hit all three of your Digimon at once, but someone like that. Not that. A Digimon that can hit one of your Digimon at once. Like, definitely go for them. What was it? Actually, I don't know what the hell I was trying to say. Huh. Oh yeah, they can't take up 2 memory spots. Yeah. Three for kind. Different. I don't know what I was trying to say. Oh, but just one like Kabuterimon, Mega Kabuterimon, just one like that. Unless you're using a technique that can cause a status effect like Duo Scissor Claws that can their defense. Unless you have a technique that does that, you should try to go for them alongside with a Digimon. Just one that causes status effects and actually no, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Saxophone is the closest. Oh yeah, that's actually probably another good thing to keep you in a domain longer, is if your Digimon are close to a level like Omnimon and Diaboromon, if they're like so where in the next battle they can level up. If that is the case, one good thing you should do to ensure that you're gonna be in the domain, since Omnimon and Diaboromon both, well actually all three of them are gonna level up at this battle, but since those two are closer, actually much below I never even brought up, if and the other Digimon in your party isn't, have the Digimon that are close to leveling up. If you have a Digimon that is going to level up in the next battle, have them do all the attacking. Or, to be, I guess, more precise, is that don't have them do all the attacking, but if, say, if Metal Greymon was still on MP, and Omnimon and Diaboromon are going to be open while Metal Greymon defends, so that's going to be kind of beneficial, because although it might not seem like it, that is a key way to stay in domains longer. Like I said, it might not seem that much, but over time it does work out to your advantage to do that, because you're not going to be sitting there wasting items, and if you don't waste oh yeah, actually one thing that I didn't bring up, which is actually kind of semi-important, is that if you're doing soft domain, although it's probably not the best idea, it'd probably be a smart idea to kind of skip the first 3 floors. Like I said, it might not be the smartest idea, but it is somewhat of a good idea, because even though I said you can get 300 experience minimum, those Digimon are the ones that generally don't give you the 300 experience, so you're going to be wasting your time killing them off. Actually, that was probably another good example right there. Although I probably should have let Metal Greymon rest, but he's actually close to level up too now. So I guess it really doesn't matter. what was it? Oh, when you're doing domains, when you're IE training, one thing you should really do is scout out the whole floor. If you've played the domain over and over and over and over and over and over again, where you know stuff like that, just go to those locations first, see if there's a Digimon there. If there's not, just go out and yeah, like right there, there would be a Digimon there. Not move on. There's Digimon this location. If there wasn't, then just move on. Just pretty much like go to locations that you know that there would be locations that might not even have one. Then again, most floor is one of the better advices to give you. Although it's gonna be bluntly obvious. Ooh, that's actually another one right there. But what the hell was it going with this? Meh. I don't remember. What you should probably take note of is that, well, if you are still watching this, is that what was it? If you have kind of a situation like that where a Digimon is still left over after the attacks, kind of switch off between the 3 or 2, or no, just 3 or 2. So, like in the last 2, where there was a War Mazamon and there was some other Digimon live, have like one Digimon to attack while the other one defends, and if it happens again, then switch off. So, for like example, on the first 2 times I had Miramon attack while Oikamon defended, and then the next time that there was one, I had Oikamon attack while Miramon defended. That's actually kind of another good, what was it? Another good thing, even though it might not seem like it. Because, depending on the MP that is consumed by the attacks, what was it? It kind of evens itself out, and like it. And actually, that actually kind of brings up another good point right there, is that if there's a Digimon that has Omnimon, and I didn't want to say that can affect stats, unless otherwise they're close to leveling up, avoid. And I mean avoid using them for the next attack. The reason for that being is that it seriously might not seem like it would reduce the stats a lot, but uses the stats where the damage would be dealt in half, which actually kind of seems that way, which it is. But like example right there, not close to being killed, because chances are they're not gonna attack and you're gonna have to re-attack again, stuff like that. Just try to keep that in mind. And actually this is actually not even that bad of a run, because I'm still only gonna have it and use an item. You know what, I probably should just make a little explanation video. Just explain how find the easy tidbits. Idiot. Of course I call myself the idiot. Oh well. I really didn't think there's much else to really even say. I think I've said oh yeah, and I'm just probably gonna put it in the information box to make it easier. So he has some more attack, 1 more battles. So it's gonna be medical damage, swings attack. Maybe not. Yeah, that's actually one thing I can't really even control is how fast one Digimon is compared to the other. So you're looking at judge it for yourself. Like, oh, this Digimon does so much, it's not worth them to attack last, while this Digimon does some better damage. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't have, that flow doesn't have anything. Of course, there's gonna be a Marine Diamond right there. Level 3 of them walls, that's so pretty then. Yeah, pretty decent idea, it's just use it. I'm supposed to send him this far, this deep in the domain. What, floor 11 out of 15 that actually have Digimon on them. This is 16th floor's boss floor. And they don't have anything. Well, there's anything in on that floor. TKO. Zoomons. 3 Zoomons. That was Zoomon that did the attack power down. Eh. Well, someone damn this is in attack. You know what? Yeah, my experience is when I'm making up. Is that one of them so alive for attacking? Even though the other foot goes away from the level if they're into XP. Oops. Yeah, actually, that's going to go into it. So this is if it just miss their attack and make them finish them off. Actually, usually tends to help. Yeah, and actually that's another decent way to save EP if you're so concerned about it. Is that if there's a Digimon in the room and you are at the entrance, just do the little search thing. It's not gonna hurt you, and they're to you. Wait, no. I was gonna say it's so common. Nice job. Of all this, yes. So just for one domain run of Mario, 7 levels. The only items used. This is actually gonna be not 9, 8. rolls. And I still have 4 more floors to go. So it's make for pretty nice XP. So I don't want to see what's happening. It's probably not gonna kill them. I'll put money on it. Take bits. Oh. I might even have the mega level. This actually still decent way to do it. Idiot. Miss. Missed. And actually, this is a good thing to keep in mind is that chances are you're probably going to sit there and encounter a. Chances are you're probably going to sit there and find out more electrical spirals that you're going to have to destroy than. So, if you had the chance to choose between the two, definitely go for the rock. Just blow up the rock. That's all I can say. Go. This is gonna be an empty floor. No. I was gonna say that's kind of embarrassing if I didn't know about it. Wait, nature machine. Wow. That's interesting. Should be able to take them out. So I have good judgments, you know, when they be taken out, but I don't have good judgment on them. Except that's the same thing, isn't it? What am I talking about? Oh, great. Oh well. Knocked out. 400. That's 1100 left. Oh wait, 1100 left. This gets 700 or 800 experience. Actually, machine boost. Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. He wasn't the one. 700 experience. He'll definitely get me enough. Maybe not Malgrana, but he'll give me enough. That's just been a story so far. Go down. Just take care of him really fast. And this hexapole on the other thing is if this was not in fast motion, it would seriously be like double, triple the length of the side. If you guys are still watching, even though that's just random, probably not even worth watching anymore, I applaud you. That's about the only thing I can say. Good. I seriously just stops all the sands. And that was probably worth mentioning. Probably did mention. Or at least I hope I mentioned. Yeah, you know what? That's actually one thing I could seriously probably recommend is that if you can, get all three of your Digimon do assist claws. Make things so odd. Because then you're going to be doing more damage often. Okay, just actually sit down. Oh well. Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if we'll get enough experience to make it all the way to make it level day today. But seriously, wow. That's what I was talking about earlier on Omnimon. Right at the end of this video. Yeah, not definitely show them off at the end of this video. I guess sort of a reward for anybody that's still watching. Oops. You know what, actually, was that a full video showing my whole ROM, but I guess it does help to actually see help. Next, this should be the last. Yeah, that's actually probably another good thing to have with the Digimon too. And that technique is actually Magna Angemon has. That's actually probably one really good thing to have. So then that would actually eliminate the need for the H. Why didn't I actually even think about that? Oh, just saying the domain to some can be. So scan their mega techniques, but yeah, let's actually slow it down so that you can see them. There's Biahumon, the data 20 plus, Diaboromon, the 20 plus virus, and here is going to be Omnimon, who is vaccine 20 plus, or what's he's now known by his Omegamon. But yeah, this will just end this long overdue, actually probably not even overdue, worthless video. Yeah, let's just go with worthless. Nah. But I hope that this at least somewhat helps you guys out figure out what was it? someone helps guys out to know what to do. If not, then I guess, oh well, this video failed. If it did, then meh, whatever. But this video's gone long enough, so see you guys later.